I think each day is a perfect opportunity to refresh yourself. Whenever I'm performing or writing, I'm pretending I'm someone else. I'm putting myself in a different headspace to see what that person would say. That's where creativity comes in. It's kind of putting all these ideas that other people have already kind of thought of through your own lens, you know? Since I was really young and wanted to make movies, I just used what was around me. And at one point it was just a point-and-shoot camera that you could only take 30-second videos on that didn't have any audio. And really I think that makes you have to tap into more of a deeper creativity because you have to work with what you have. You're constantly changing whether you are conscious of it or not, so I think reinvention is always happening. The album that I just made, I got really fascinated by how things are translated, because if you have a piece of poetry and it's in Spanish and you translate it to English, it's going to say something completely different than it did in Spanish, and you get these really beautiful moments that you would never think to write that way in English because it's this translation. Just made things more exciting, I guess, and brought ideas that I wouldn't think of originally. I've been collaborating with an amazing dancer and choreographer. I remember when we first started working together, I was feeling very insecure about my movements. I was very conscious of everything I was doing, and I can't even watch myself do this right now. And he just looked at me and he goes, "Well, don't." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, you're right." I think the hardest part is admitting to yourself that you can actually do it and not judging yourself too much, because that's just such a waste of time. It's so much wasted energy when you're sitting around thinking whether you're good enough or not, you know? I like to constantly refresh my creative process because that keeps me excited. Don't tell yourself that it's impossible, and you can get a lot out of life that way, I think. Yeah. The future is yours. Make it.